Okay.
Ooh, what did I do? What did I do?
You're good.
Okay, I'm unmuted. Okay, very good. So welcome to our Monday night team Zoom call, where we have some amazing people that join us on this call each and every week. And we are thrilled we're gonna have a great call. We really are. I'm really excited. So before we get started with our interview tonight, I want to introduce Amanda, who we all saw, and she, I believe, is going to share some team recognitions.
Yes, that's right. Thank you, Marianne. All right, I'm going to go right into it. So these are people that we're acknowledging and celebrating because they shared Isagenix and they enrolled at least, they enrolled one person this last week in the 7 days. So we've got Raquel Farjado, Ronald Hilton, Janet Cook, Rhonda Lenore, Christine Fairfax, Louis Wright, Mariana Camito, Michelle Carriere, Kara Beverly, Francie Dean, Andy, Tammy Gruber, Dr. Stephen Key, Suzanne James, Sierra Carriere, Cindy Allers, Denise's Legacy, Pete Farelli, and Demetrios. So awesome. Congratulations, all of you. Good job.
All right.
Okay. All right, moving on. These people enrolled 2 people in the last 7 days. So we've got Marianne Holden, awesome, Mike Jones, and Sunny Wynn. So congratulations, you 3. Good job. Okay, moving on. For 3, we've got Keith Deo and Lorenzo Monteforte.
Yeah, right.
Good job. 3, wow, okay. And then we've got Laura and Brycey, who did 4 in the last 7 days. So congratulations, you guys. Good job. And if anybody wants to unmute themselves and recognize somebody for rank advancement or something special that they did, you can go ahead and shout out if you'd like.
All right.
Anybody? Okay. All right, well, very good. Marianne, back to you.
Thank you, Amanda, and congratulations to everyone. It's so exciting. This team is growing so big. You say so many names I've never even met before. This team is huge. Okay, so we're going to move on to our interview tonight. And I was scrolling through the IsaBody Challenge page, the official IsaBody Challenge page on Facebook, and I was looking for a special person to interview. And I came across Dawn, and her story was incredible on the Facebook, in the Facebook group. And I thought, I'm going to reach out to her and see if she'd be willing to share her story with us. And she so kindly obliged, and we got on the phone and chatted some. And so she's here with us tonight. Her name is Dawn Britton, I believe it is. And Dawn, can you unmute yourself?
Okay, you're unmuted. Okay. There you go.
Okay.
All right, very good. Okay, so after Dawn and I talked, you look beautiful. You look beautiful.
Thank you. I actually was like, oh, it's video, because my husband was just saying tonight, we've had so much, we had snow and we've had rain for days here in the Atlanta area. And I have a mold allergy, and my eyes are all puffy. And my husband was telling me tonight my eyes were puffy. And then when I saw that I was going to be on video, I was like, oh no.
Dawn, you look beautiful. Don't worry about it. Honestly, it's your heart we're going to be listening to. Okay, so again, Dawn just mentioned she's from the Atlanta area, and she lost, I don't know if it's more than 100 pounds. Is it, Dawn?
It was right at 100. Right at 100.
Right at 100 pounds. Are you in the 100-pound club?
Yes.
Congratulations. That's such an accomplishment. Well, I have a few questions lined up for you, Dawn, so we'll get started.
Okay.
So I'd like to know, or you can share with the rest of the team there, how did you get started on Isagenix? Who actually introduced you, and when did that happen?
My chiropractor, Dr. Stephanie Tucker Davenport, she invited me to a jewelry party at her house, and they were all drinking isogenic shakes. And she offered, you know, for me to try one. And I was, no, not for me. And, you know, she told me a little bit about it, but I really had no interest. And 2 years later, I just happened to see her before and after photo on Facebook one day. And, you know, honestly, I every day would look in the mirror, and I know I'm not the only one that is so self-critical, but I would look in the mirror every day and I was disgusted by what I saw. You know, if I'm being real honest, it wasn't just what I saw. It was the things that I was going through being 100 pounds overweight. You know, it sounds terrible, but the rashes you get with the rolls of skin and all of that. And it was just miserable going through life, just wondering, do I smell bad to other people because I'm sweating all the time? And, you know, just everything about being so heavy made me disgusted with myself. And I sat down in the chair one morning in my living room and I said, I can't do this anymore. And I called my chiropractor and I said, I want to sign up. And I did that day. My husband came home. I told him what I'd done. And he said, yeah, okay, we'll give it a week and see if you're still doing it. Because I've dieted and lost in the past and always go back to old habits. So when 2 weeks came and went and I was still, you know, drinking the shakes and doing what I needed to do, he was surprised. And I, you know, when I started to lose some of the weight, just even a few pounds, it was exciting because it was so quick. And of course, the initial first few pounds comes off really fast. And then, you know, I signed up for the IsoBody challenge. And in the first challenge, I only lost 30 pounds, but that was still 30 pounds that I wouldn't have lost if I hadn't, you know, signed up to try isogenics in the first place. So, you know, I was really grateful for her for, you know, even though it took me 2 years, I'm glad I did it because I could still be sitting here at 250 something pounds and miserable if I hadn't.
Oh, wow. Oh, what a story. Well, the next question I have for you is, many people going through a journey like 100 pounds of weight to lose, many of them give up on themselves rather easily. What is it you think that kept you on track and kept on going? Because I've mentored a few people who have that much weight to lose, and it's not easy to keep them on track. You know, they get so far, and yeah, tell us what kept you going.
Yeah. Well, and I will say I've heard so many stories. Mike Townsend has a Facebook group out there that he created for 100 pounds. It's 100 pound club wannabes, hope to bees. It's for current and future, you know, it's not an official Isogenics page, but there's so many Isogenics users on there that want to lose a significant amount of weight, and they post about how they lost 30 pounds and then they gained it back, or, you know, some of them even lost 100 pounds and then they gained it all back. And I think for me, I got discouraged once in a while because it took me 22 months to lose 100 pounds. So I was only losing, you know, a couple of pounds, you know, not even a couple of pounds a week sometimes. And over holidays, I would gain weight back because I think you have to allow yourself and give yourself permission to enjoy special occasions. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't go into it aware that you're going to gain a few pounds, it seems like you've failed. But if you know in advance I'm going to enjoy myself. This is a holiday. This is a special occasion. I'm probably going to gain 3 or 4 pounds and I'm going to have to lose it back. Then, at least for me, I didn't feel like I was failing. I felt like I knew in advance this was going to happen and I was prepared for it. And I think that really helped me to stay on track because I didn't like seeing, a couple pounds on the scale, but at the same time, it wasn't a surprise to me. And my husband did not do this with me to begin with. The first year and a half, I did it by myself. And so I would do my cleanses and all of that, and my family would eat in front of me, when I was not eating because I was cleansing, they would pick up fast food and bring it home and sit in front of me and eat it. And that was kind of hard at first, but I learned pretty quick that I could make it through those days and be just fine. And I knew what was on the other side of a 2-day cleanse. I knew if I could just make it through that 2-day cleanse that I would be so impressed with, how I felt. And, I'm a scale watcher. I know not everybody is, but I've learned with my own body. I have to watch the scale every single morning I weigh, because if I go a week without weighing, I may put on 5 pounds because my body just seems to absorb every calorie that goes into it. So I have to maintain a certain calorie count. Mm-hmm. And when I was losing weight, that was about 1,200 calories a day for me. And now that I maintain, I do about 1,400 calories a day. And that keeps me where I need to be, but I still do cleanses. As a matter of fact, today I'm on the first day of a 2-day cleanse. And, I think for me, part of the reason that I was able to stick with it was my ISA family. Our team was so amazing. They were so supportive. They watched my journey. They were excited for me because there weren't very many people on our team that were wanting to lose 100 pounds. So they were cheering me on to get to the 100-pound club. And even now, I think part of the reason I maintained so easily is because I feel like I'm going to let them down if I don't continue, because I've got somebody watching me and supporting me. And so it's not something that I could ever do on my own. I think that, my coach and everybody else, that come before her, after her, they're all important because it is a family, and you need people to cheer you on, no matter whether you're losing 10 pounds or 100 pounds, because some days you just don't feel like you want to do it because that piece of cake looks really good, or, and so it isn't, it's not easy, but if you do have a setback, what you have to remind yourself is that tomorrow, and I posted this once on one of my posts, today is the first day of the rest of your life. And if that doesn't work out so well for you, tomorrow will be the first day of the rest of your life.
That's excellent.
Sorry, my daughter.
Oh, your daughter's trying to call. Okay.
Let me see how I get back to you. I don't know how this works.
Okay. Well, we can hear you for sure. So hopefully we don't lose you.
Okay, because I have no idea how to get her off the line. I declined her call.
All right, but once she stops calling. Well, I'll keep asking you another question, Dawn, and just don't worry if
as long as you can hear me, I suppose we're good.
We got to see that beautiful smile. I have a question for you that I didn't post to you, but it came to me and I'm really interested. Besides the weight loss, which we know comes with lots of rewards, what other type of rewards did you get from this 100-pound weight loss? I mean, you know, there's all aspects of our life, right?
Yeah, well, I was pre-diabetic, had fatty liver disease, I had high cholesterol. I had just had spinal fusion surgery because I have a bad back. And the doctors had told me that my back would get worse pretty fast if I didn't do something about my weight. I am about 99% pain-free, and I was so bad sometimes, some days I would almost fall down from the sharp pains that would shoot through my back. So that is, been wonderful to be pain-free.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think the doctors even expected the surgery to be that successful because of the weight that I was. But since I lost the weight after the surgery, it's been really amazing. I no longer have high cholesterol. I'm no longer pre-diabetic. I no longer have fatty liver disease. I don't get winded going up and down my basement stairs like I used to. I can walk around the neighborhood, but to be honest, there was no exercise involved in my weight loss. It was all pure nutrition. And everybody talks about the health, the physical health aspect of getting healthy and losing weight, but I don't see a lot of people talking about the mental and emotional change that we go through. And for me, my self-esteem basically doubled. I went from being embarrassed of the way I looked and not wanting to be seen to speaking out, because now I want to help people and support and encourage people. And I'm out there. I find that because I am so happy now, I go up to strangers every day. I find a stranger or three, and I compliment them because I know how good it makes me feel when someone gives me a compliment, and I want to pass that on. And, I don't feel sad. I feel happy. I went from being disgusted at the way I looked in the mirror to now when I look in the mirror, I have loose skin, but I love that loose skin because I created that in my, that was me. I did that. And that is a reminder to myself now to never go back there again. So, I don't have a bikini body, and I never will. And that's okay, because I can still love the body, love the person that I am. And like I said, I feel my children had told me at one point a few years ago that they had been told by some of their coworkers when I'd gone in to visit my daughter that I seemed very unapproachable, that I seemed very intimidating. And I think that now I am always smiling, and people come up and they want to talk to me, and they want to have a conversation with me. And I think, it's changed me. I am a different person. I love myself, and I love other people more than I think I did before, because I just want to share that happiness with people that I never dreamed I would ever feel this way. It's I was a negative person. I feel like I am a positive person now, and that I don't think ever would have happened if I hadn't got healthy, if I hadn't lost the weight, if I, you know.
Intervene a little bit, because these messages that you're sharing with us are, I really want to thank you, because you can't imagine the people that you are inspiring and that you're going to inspire with your story. And you know, that is quite a journey for someone to take. And even with your family coming home with fast food and eating in front of you, and you having to endure all of that with no like immediate support around you. Thank goodness for our Isogenics community. I mean, this is the best community in the world for support. And yeah, very good. Dawn, I have to move on because we have another guest, and we also have some training. But your story has really touched my heart as well, and thank you for sharing it with us. Maybe I might want to just open up and just say, if anybody has any questions at all for Dawn, you know, right now, is that okay, Amanda, Philip?
Yeah, I think that would be great, because her story is very powerful, and let Dawn have some say, because I think.
Yeah, is there anybody on there that has a question for Dawn? You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'll say something.
Go ahead, Mike.
Dawn, you've touched my heart also. I've lost 100 pounds myself, not on Isogenics, but I lost 40 pounds in Isogenics. And I understand your situation when your family is eating in front of you, and, you know, and nobody's really down with you through your journey, but they're always supportive. But I understand that situation. So I'm always complimenting a lot of people also. I never judge anyone. This is a judgment-free zone. So for you to come on with the courage that you have, it's a blessing that we share the same thing. I'm not in the 100 club, but I have my own club that I have. So, it's amazing. So thank you for coming on.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
I have a question. Hi there.
Okay.
Dawn.
Hi.
And Dawn. Hi. Is there a certain way, I mean, like we approach different people differently, like fitness people, and, you know, there's like a lot of different types of people. How do you suggest that people that may not understand, or, you know, approach people that need to release 100 pounds? Is there a special way that you would have liked to have been approached, or that you were approached, that you really resonated with?
You know, unfortunately, I don't think anyone would have helped. I don't think anyone would have convinced me to use the product and lose the weight before I was actually ready. That's something I learned with my husband. I tried to convince him after he saw me losing all this weight, and he just wasn't ready. And then he went to Celebration in 2017, and he got so hyped up and excited by just the charisma of the Isogenics family there. And when we came home, he said, I'm going to do this too. And he's lost 70 pounds. So I think just sharing the excitement of it, you know, make it, you know, it is an exciting thing. And I just don't know. Honestly, you know, I have family members that want to do it. And of course, I'm sure you've all heard the whole, oh, it's too expensive, or I need, you know, to chew my food. But I think just seeing other people's results, like share, you know, photos and stories about other people. And, you know, I have always told people, my whole intention is to help people get healthy. And if that is for someone else that I don't even know to share my story or put me in contact with someone who wants to talk about it, you know, I'm in it to encourage and support others. And whether that person is on my team or someone else's, I think we should all do whatever we can to make sure that they have success.
Mhm.
And I've talked to a lot of people that I don't personally benefit from talking to them, other than it makes me happy to do it. But I think if you know someone, or if you are someone who has lost weight, tell them how great it made you feel.
Right.
Because you know, and if you plant the seed, when they're ready, they might just come to you, you know?
And that's what happened for you, Dawn. The seed was
It
planted
is.
at
It is.
that party you went to. And then until you were ready, you knew where to go when you were ready. So
Right.
exactly
And
what you did.
and I think that's the thing. The other person has to be ready. But if you plant that seed, when they are ready, they know what to do, who to go to, where to get the help.
Dawn, thank you. That's great. That is awesome. We always struggle with approaching a person that has a lot of weight to lose. All of us do. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I don't know if there's any one answer for that one anyway, but that was great. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm curious, Dawn, you know, what was your chiropractor's approach with you?
Well, you know, she was my friend, and she never said, she never really said anything about how much I had to lose. She approached it as the health aspect of it rather than the weight aspect of it. So it didn't feel like she was being judgmental. She was just saying, you know, we're doing this. We feel great doing this. And then, like I said, then when I saw a picture of her after, she only lost 30 pounds, but 30 pounds is a big deal.
Sure.
And I saw the before, you know, in her maternity shirts that she was wearing when she wasn't even pregnant. And then I saw her after of her in a bikini in Aruba. And I was like, wow, I want to lose. I want to be able to be comfortable in a swimsuit like she is. She just posted this on Facebook, you know. And I thought, if she did it, then maybe I can too.
Mhm.
So I think just her planning, like she did, she planted that seed about it being, you know, a healthy shake. And then me seeing the results that she got from it is really, I think, what drew me to come back to her and say, I want to do what you did.
Hmm.
Well, she was a smart chiropractor, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. One that didn't push it or made you feel uncomfortable, but as a
Right.
friend. Most of us, we're told by a friend about isogenics.
Yeah.
QSR. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Karen, I'm gonna have to move on. This is recorded, and you know, I can share that with you. But very, very incredible, your testimony, and my heart is really swelled with joy for what you have done for yourself and for others. And thank you so much. Keep up the good work.
Can I ask a question, Marianne?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
What did you start with, Dawn? What package did you start on?
You know, I don't even, it was pretty much the basic. It was the natural accelerators, the cleanse, the isoflush, and the 4 canisters of shakes.
30 days.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
30 days. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
That's
Okay.
a good question, Because, uh, we have so many different ways to get started, How do you recommend people get started yourself right now, Dawn?
I think it all really depends on whether they're wanting to just like build muscle and tone in the gym, or if they have, a lot of weight to lose. And I try to approach each person differently when they ask me,
Mm-hmm.
Especially if they say, well, how much does it cost? Because that's usually the first question. Then I will say, well, what are your goals? What are you trying to do? Because then you can tell them which, because if you just say, well, do the shakes and lose weight, or, if you want to do the shakes and all the, and I'm not even real familiar. I have to ask other people when somebody wants to know about all the, workout item, products, because again, I just don't work out. So I'm not familiar with all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would, I always try to ask them what they want from it before I tell them how much it even costs, because what they need for what they want is very different from one person to the next.
Yeah.
So it's really all custom to each person, and you have to see what their goals are.
Mm-hmm. And that's been working out for you with sharing with others, right? Meeting people where they're at.
Yes. Yes.
That's awesome. Very good. Well, you got some great information. I like that we're asking your questions because, 30% of the United States is overweight by over 100 pounds in this country.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and it's really it's an epidemic in a way, and so it's really great to get some insight from someone who's been there and sharing their feelings about it, because you shared some things about how you felt, and I think they were very important.
Right. And I want to kind of throw out there that, if you sign somebody up and they need to talk to somebody and you don't have all the answers, or they want to know more about losing 100 pounds, I am perfectly okay with somebody messaging me privately and asking me if I have recommendations or if I can help in any way. Because like I said, I am not, honestly, I am not in it to build the business. I am in it for my health.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can help anybody else who is building their business, who has someone that they aren't really sure all the answers for them about, keeping motivated or, to lose 100 pounds, I am more than willing to talk to anybody, because like I said, all I want to do is encourage and support people.
Yes.
And so I am willing and open to talk to anybody that you come across that needs some extra support or encouragement.
Right.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome, Dawn.
So, I was going to do some training, but I like it. I like that we're asking these questions, and I think this is training in the questions. Go ahead, Miriam.
I just want to tell you, I have a testimonial waiting to just speak as well.
Okay, well, we can definitely share that. I'm going to ask one more question. Dawn, were you aware of the fact that we had studies on this, and the fact that the participants didn't do any exercise to lose the weight? It was all nutrition related. I'm just curious if you knew that.
I did not. I read a lot of the studies. My chiropractor and friend, she pushed me in the direction of all the studies so I could, know what I was doing, what the products. I mean, she was really good about giving me all the information and then letting me sort through it and figure out if it was right for me.
Yeah.
But, you know, I didn't, but
Yeah.
the reason that I tell people that I didn't exercise is because so many people say, I hate to exercise, or I don't have time to go to the gym, or I don't have time to work out. And I want people to know that it's not that I think they're making excuses, but a lot of people tell themselves they don't have the time to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't require any time at all, because I did it, and those shakes don't require but a minute to make. So, you know, that's why I tell people I didn't exercise, because there's a lot of people out there that are turned off by the idea of having to exercise.
That was my point of asking that question, because there's a lot of people that are very overweight that not only they think, because they see really bad misinformation from shows like The Biggest Loser and stuff, that they got to go exercise like a nut to lose the weight. And a lot of people who are very overweight, and even people that are only 40 pounds overweight, they don't like the way they look in a gym outfit. So they don't go to them because they just don't like their appearance. And they're embarrassed, you know. So, and you know, so I'm sure you're more likely now to consider going to the gym if you did like to exercise now than you did 100 pounds ago, right?
Well, to be honest, I had scoliosis as a child, and I had to do a lot of weight exercises through my teenage years to prevent it from getting worse. It was part of my physical therapy, and I had to do that every day, 3 times a day. And it kind of traumatized me. I hated it so much that I actually get anxious and come home crying every time I go to the gym.
Well, I should
exercise just causes me so much anxiety. I just don't know if I will ever do the exercise that I know I should be doing. I just can't bring myself to do it yet.
Yeah, and I wasn't saying that you should go exercise. I'm just saying.
No, I understand what you're saying.
People that have lost the weight now, they, you know, that maybe want to exercise, they'll feel better about themselves. Because my point that I'm trying to make is, a lot of times people will see someone who's very fit, and that fit person will say, hey, I can help you lose weight. And then in their mind, they're like, oh my goodness, I don't want to be doing that workout that guy or woman's doing. But if you let them know that they can lose weight without exercising, totally nutrition, that can be so much more appealing to someone who is 50 pounds overweight or more. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Yes, because for several reasons, like you pointed out, some people are embarrassed to be seen at the gym when they're overweight, especially when there's all these fit people around them, and you know, in their sports bras and their tight pants, and that is a little intimidating. But also, it is sometimes it's if you're overweight a great deal, it is sometimes even painful to work out.
Right.
And I think, you know, that people who do want to work out but just don't think they can, as they lose weight, I do agree, they're more apt to start working out once they feel healthier.
That's right. And that's one of the many things I love about our program, is that I can help someone lose weight. I did it myself, 43 pounds without exercising, and I did it in 12 weeks. And I've heard so many people say that, and it's so awesome that we can help people do that, because that really gives people hope. That is a huge nugget, everyone. I mean, really think about that, the point of view of the person, their perspective. And we have so much misinformation in society that we've got to go work out, you know, 6 times a week, and exercise is the way to lose weight. Well, thanks to Dr. Paul Arciero and his study, he proved that that was not correct. And exercise is very important for many other reasons. But people who are very overweight, this is just a wonderful start point for people to really consider our program. So that was the point I wanted to make. And Dawn, we really appreciate you so much for coming on and just sharing and then just, helping us see from your point of view, your experience with Isogenics. So thank you so much for being on our call tonight. And thank you,
Can I
Marianne.
ask two more quick questions?
Okay, sure.
Real quick.
Why not?
Dawn, did you plateau, and how did you break that if you did? And also, because it seems like if you were doing this for 2 years, that you would hit some sort of a plateau. And how did you overcome that? And the second question is, what I've been wondering is, did you have to rotate your proteins as you went through it? I mean, or did you stay on the plant-based protein, or how did you do that for like 24 months? How did that work? Did you rotate it at all?
I did not do. I did the whey protein. I did chocolate, strawberry, and I didn't really care for the vanilla, but I did all of the, the pumpkin and the chocolate mint. Anytime there was something new come out, I would order a ton of it, because I always did, and I still do, 2 shakes a day, usually morning and lunch. And then I have my knife and fork meal at dinner. Now, I did hit plateaus. There were weeks when I didn't lose any weight at all. And yes, that got discouraging, but I knew it was going to happen because I'd seen other people posting about their plateaus. So I didn't let it get me down, because I knew to expect it eventually. But I would increase. I bought the just the extra protein, and I would do like a scoop of protein, the Isopro, and then I would just do a regular scoop of the Isoline in my shakes. On when I hit a plateau, I would increase my protein intake, and I would generally cut back about 100 calories a day till I started my weight loss again. And something else that I often recommend to people who have hit a plateau, my chiropractor and coach is the one that sent me the link to it, and it's in the files. If you look for it, you can find it. I still occasionally have done them. Weigh days. I don't know if you've heard of those, but it's in there. It's called a weigh day. Mm-hmm. And you do, and there's a schedule that tells exactly what to do on a weigh day.
Yes, I've heard of those before. I actually did some in the past. And so you're talking just about the Isopro, which is just the protein. It's not the meal replacement. And you're doing that. Yeah, there is a schedule for that. I think you can even Google Isogenics Weigh Day, and you'll probably get a schedule for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would that be WHEY in Weigh Day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Somebody just put on here 1 scoop of Isopro. I don't know. I didn't see the chat. Maybe you could. There's more stuff in there.
That was Keith. He's an expert on this stuff.
Oh, yeah, he is.
I'm doing a total shake day today. That's what my whole day is. I'm just going to have 4 shakes and a couple of Isodelites and a couple of E-shots. That's what I'm having today. And I'll probably drop a pound just from doing that, but I'm not even hungry.
It's so much fun how we can play around with the program and find out what works for us. So convenient and easy. Yeah.
And I actually, now I crave my shakes, and I mix every single one of them with ice and make them thick enough that I have to eat them with a spoon. So I feel like I'm having ice cream twice a day. And if I'm craving ice cream in the evenings, I'll make another shake at night just to sit and watch TV and eat a shake. And because where else are you going to get ice cream that's only 240 calories for a big cup of it? You can't do that anywhere. So I feel like I'm getting desserts several times a day, honestly, because my palate now is so, I'm so used to the shakes that I love them, and I miss if I have to eat 2 meals instead of 2 shakes, I actually miss the shakes because that's what I look forward to. The first thing I think about when I wake up in the morning is what flavor shake am I going to have? Because I am a food addict and that never goes away. I'm always thinking about food. The difference is now I'm conscious of every calorie that goes in my mouth so that I don't gain that weight back.
Yeah.
Awesome, Dawn. Thank you so much.
Okay, Marianne, we'll end with that awesome testimony that we have lined up.
Yeah, I hope she's still with us. Karen, are you still here? Can you unmute yourself?
I am still here, and you know, if everybody has, I don't know how long this lasts. I can always wait and do it another time. I'm not,
Oh,
you know.
No, we can't wait to hear from you. And Karen's camera is working
Yeah,
right now.
well,
So
I'm so exciting to listen to. So anyway,
you go ahead and tell us your shortened story, Karen.
I'll give you a fast one. I first heard about isogenics probably about 5 years ago, and it was because I met this awesome lady who was in her 90s, happens to be Jan Rose's mother, Adele, and she had told me about the isogenics, and she's sharp as tacks, and she's unbelievable. And she's a spitfire, I'm telling you. She lives on her own, and she's just wonderful. Well, she was telling me about isogenics, and then, of course, Jan started talking to me, and my first reaction was, that's too expensive. I can't afford that. I don't even know that's, I'm a skeptic from way back, you know. I probably should live in the Hoosier state because you have to show me everything. I have to check everything. I have to know what's going on with it. I have to know the ingredients. If you tell me there's an extra molecule of oxygen, I want to know why it got there and what's going on with it. So I just forgot about it. Then I was a smoker for years and years, and I caught pneumonia. And I said, that's it, I have to quit. I smoked over 50 years. So I was a big smoker. And my breathing started getting to me. Eventually, a few years ago, I had a tremendous bout with bronchitis. I was in bed absolutely for 2 months. Getting up, taking a shower was unbelievable. It took me all day long. And it took me months and months and months to get over that. And then, as my breathing started getting worse with everything, and of course, they're giving me medicine that has steroids, and I gain weight. And so I can't do anything. And when I was having difficulty, when I was getting up and getting terribly winded, just getting dressed, I knew that there was something I had to do. And I haven't done so much with the weight loss, but I knew my health is important. So I started talking to Adele again, and I started talking to Jan, and I signed up just before or after, I think it was just after Thanksgiving. And with that, I had a friend who bought Jan's mother's car, and she wanted to be on it, so I got somebody else on it. So I already have, since Thanksgiving, I have 3 people I've signed up. So, and I'm not out there, it's more for health. I've got other people I think would benefit. But the thing is, the other day, my breathing has gotten, I hadn't noticed it. Some other people told me, I am not huffing and puffing. I am walking faster. I can go up and down the stairs, and lo and behold, the other day I got out and I shoveled the driveway with the snow. And that was absolutely, I'm strong enough to move refrigerators. However, my breath won't let me do anything. But I've also found that with the isogenics, that I was really interested in the telomeres. I was talking to Philip about it one day, and I've done a lot of research on it. That to me was what sold me on the whole system. And I find that if I don't, at first I was taking the Iso Supreme something.
Ionic Supreme.
Right. And I took it and it was good. And then I wasn't taking it. I find that it really makes a difference in the way I feel with my anxiety. I'm a pretty laid back person to begin with, but this really did the job for me. So I have just started my 90-year-old mother on at least the vitamins and so forth for it. And I understand that I just have more energy. As a matter of fact, I'm a pretty positive, half full glass person, but I'm even more positive now. And I understand what Dawn was talking about with compliments. I talk to everybody. I talk to little kids. I talk to old people. I talk to the animals. I talk to everything. Talk to everyone about everything. It doesn't matter what it is. And it's really true about compliments. If you see somebody and that blouse color looks fantastic on them, you don't have to know that person. Tell them how great they look in it. It really doesn't matter. You maybe made their day.
Right.
It doesn't matter. So I was at the hairdresser, and this lady also has breathing problems, one of the other customers, so I'm going to be talking to her. I have somebody else who's starting their mother, and they're this and that. It's not, I'm not out there rah, rah, rah. I can sell, igloos and everything to Eskimos, whatever, if I believe in it. And I'm not one of those. I have found that in the past when I'm selling to somebody, whether it's a school program or it doesn't matter what it is, the people who have the most questions and who are the hardest ones to convince are the ones who are going to be in there the strongest when they're looking at something, okay? Somebody that just follows blindly into something, you better have some questions, okay? And to me, I think that the science behind this with the telomeres, and I'm getting more and more information and I'm printing it up, because to me, that's the essence of what this whole program is. And I know the shakes and the losing weight, and I want to do that, and I will, but my telephone right now, I'm getting a new telephone because I can't take a picture on my telephone. So I will be getting into the body challenge for whatever, because my health depends on it, and my breathing depends on it. And I also know that going up and down the stairs, I got a problem with my knees. I'm 71. I go to the doctor and I said, I think I've got arthritis in my knees. He says, probably. So, but my knees aren't bothering me. Not that I think that something isogenics and everything is a cure-all to end all for everything. But if it helps you feel better and it helps you know that it's going to help someone else, I think it's almost imperative that you go out and you try and share it with somebody, because with everything with the GMOs and all of the stuff that we have and the air that we breathe, we have to give ourselves a leg up, and we have to help others do it as well. So for me, my breathing is better. I have more energy. Not that I'm going out there and running a marathon, but I have a lot more energy than I used to. So I'm really happy about this, and I'm very happy for Jan's mother, because she is just one of the most amazing people I have ever met. She's just a wonder, isn't she, Jan? She really is fantastic. She's just a wonder.
You as well. Karen, I appreciate you. I really do, with all your like energy and passion about this. And I'm so excited for what's to come for you. We're here for you. We're here every Monday night, and we have stories, all the time. And we really like to keep you well supported.
Well, that's okay. And I even gave Jose a ear of corn so he wasn't creeping.
I was wondering where he was. She has a parrot in the background, and the minute we start talking, the bird goes crazy.
And he sang happy birthday to her.
Yeah, he didn't even know it was my birthday the other day, and the parrot sang happy birthday. That was hysterical. Okay, moving on. It's like almost 10 o'clock, so I'm really going to have to bring this to a close. But Karen, thank you very much. Between you and Dawn, I don't know, I think we're all, our jaws are down on our chins are hanging. We just
Yeah,
can't believe it.
Dawn was absolutely tremendous. I mean, she's really been through a.
Oh man, yes, she has. And the fact that we can reach out to Dawn. Dawn, do you know how to put a comment in the chat box so that you can put your full name and people could reach out to you?
I think Dawn is not on anymore.
Not on anymore? Okay. Okay, very good.
Maybe you can find that out, Marianne. And,
I'll put it in. I'll put it on the
that would
page.
be great. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you very much, Marianne, for lining up Dawn and our guests tonight. And I think we got a lot of great nuggets. So let's go out there and keep sharing this this gift we have of Isogenics and just help people take their health and their wealth to the next level. So appreciate you all, and for all of you that stayed on this call to the very end, you're awesome. So and appreciate you. So very good. All right, thanks everybody.
Thank you. Thanks everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Thank
everyone.
you. Good night. An amazing call, guys. Unbelievable. You need to share this. We have to share this.
Yes.